Mind to raise your hands, please. I'll call on you. We'll start off. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Coach. What else can you say about Gavin Brindley? Another amazing performance tonight. My question for you is that under your tutelage, you've had two players in Gabe Landeskog. No, not. I think it was it was Cale Makar and Landeskog that won the Calder.
Yeah, I wasn't here when Gabe did, but yeah.
It was McKinnon. No, it was just Cale. Okay, that's my mistake on that one.
Oh.
But no, might be jumping the gun on this, but what are your thoughts about Gavin Brindley potentially being a Calder threat this season?
Well, I think he has the ability to be. Big picture is there's some young guys that are super talented in this league. The league's like full of them right now. So I think there's lots of competition for that award. I think when I watch those players play and I watch Brindley play, I don't see why not. But the truth of the matter is some of those guys are playing way up the lineup and probably getting way more ice time and way more opportunity because of the situations of the teams they're on. So likely to outproduce Brins and just with the opportunity ice time, especially on like some special teams in the power play and whatnot. But we focus on what he needs to do for us, and he's kind of like a little bit of a Swiss Army knife. He can do it all. I love his checking game and his commitment to play the right way. I still think the sky's the limit for this kid. I think more opportunity, he's going to produce more. It's just, a matter of how I want to structure the lines and how well he keeps going here.
Calling then Jesse.
Your thoughts on Mackenzie Blackwood's performance tonight?
I thought it was just okay. Yeah. First one, got to handle it. Ends up in the back of the net 'cause he doesn't handle the rebound. But makes a couple key saves. The save on, I think it was Thompson coming over on the power play off the rush. Is a big-time shooter that can score, gets into a good area of the ice off the rush. It's a big save for us. So still knocking a little bit of the rust off. But he competed. He competed hard, and we didn't do that, But I still think, like, the best of his play is still to come.
Jesse, then Corey.
Coach, kind of a weird start. You guys get a couple of quick ones. They pull their goalie after just 2 goals against. How did you feel your team managed, kind of that quick start, and then it seemed like things had settled in?
I love their start. We talked about it. They're playing on a back-to-back. It's a young team. They've lost a handful in a row. You knew they were going to be hungry. We tried to push them out of the game early. They didn't go away. Give them credit. And then we made some mistakes. I didn't think our checking game. It's kind of like the battles at the point of the puck in the D zone, in the offensive zone. A little late on some reloads. They threw the same kind of rush attack at us as Anaheim, jumping all their guys into it, trying to get, especially at that point, trying to get back in the game. And we didn't handle it great for a little bit. Then second period, checking game got better. Third period, even better again. But I didn't think we got out of the traffic and offensive zone enough, too many one and dones, so we didn't spend a ton of time down there. When we did, we were productive, but we could use a little bit more time in the offensive zone to sort of stretch out that lead. But all in all, good conscience, especially after the end of the first period. And yeah, we find a way to get it done again. Got some timely goals, and PK was good again. Like all bunch of aspects of our game. There's things to like.
Corey, then Rachel.
You lose Val, and that line is kind of the one of the 4 that just they've never played together. There's just not. But they scored the goals. What did you think of them?
Yep, I liked them at times. I think a little bit like the rest of our team, they missed some opportunities to play ozone play just by protecting a puck, winning a battle here and there, but. Overall pretty good on the defensive side of it, I thought. And they were playing against Thompson's line for a little bit, did a nice job. So, you give up something to get something on certain nights with different lines, and that sort of freed up McKinnon's line to do some good things. I thought Marty had a really nice bounce back game. Like he's had not from lack of effort, but probably not his most detailed last couple games. And he had a meeting this morning with Hack and looked at some things. He was better tonight, and he found the back of the net a couple times. So big performance by him to get back on track.
Rachel, then Bailey.
Speaking of Marty, his 4-point night and just him giving up the opportunity to have a hat trick there in the third and giving it to Gabe so Gabe can get another
Yeah,
actual
he probably didn't have the angle to put it in. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. No, he was good. He was good. He's an unselfish guy that way. In all seriousness, it was a smart play by Gabe. Whether he gets over the line and like shoots for the net, but he kind of lays it in there so he knows Marty's going to that side. So. I thought Marty was having a really good night, and when he plays a committed game like that, like I think I've got better checkers to put out there 5 versus 6. Okay, but when the top guys show the effort and the commitment, then I want to get them out there because they get rewarded for that, and he had a really good night, so I wanted to show trust in him, and next thing you know, he's making a nice play on the defensive side, and then again in the offensive zone to get Gabe the goal, so it was good to see.
Bailey, then D-Mac.
Seems like something your team was struggling with last season, and then again to start this season was those early starts. But you see 2 games in a row now where your team is scoring in the first minute. I mean, is that another tool in the toolbox for what's becoming a very dangerous team?
It was good, and Edmonton too. Really good start in Edmonton. It's just about being ready, not just like not letting any complacency set in, going out and trying to impose your will on the other team, and it's important, It's not the score after 5 minutes or 8 minutes isn't the be all end all for me. Like you got to keep playing your game, but I'd rather play with a lead than play from behind because the longer that goes, the more you're gonna got to step out of some of the things you're doing structurally in order to try and create enough offense. So, yeah, good starts always help.
D-Mac.
Blackwood said he's 100% mentally and physically, just needs minutes.
Yeah.
But Wedgwood is playing so well, so
Yeah.
it must be, what kind of challenge is it for you and the coaching staff to balance, okay, we gotta give minutes here, but hey, this guy's playing fantastic for us when it comes to even like Sunday or moving forward, like in that
Yeah.
process.
Yeah, well, that's, I hate to sound cruel, but that's a Blackie problem at this point. It's not a problem for me. Like, I have lots of confidence in Blackie, and I know there's lots of minutes between here and the end of the season, right? But Wedge is playing great. So I'm not going to not play Wedge to play Blackie at this point. So those minutes come in practice and hard work. He's been doing that, and he'll get his games. And if we have to alternate him, like, this become a popular question, but I'm not gonna, like, Wedge is rested and ready to go for Sunday. I'm not gonna, like, not play him because Blackie needs minutes. There's plenty of time to get him the minutes. Right now, we're gonna play a rested goalie and, play the goalie that gives us a really good chance.
Finish up here, Eric, and then Megan.
What did you see on the Landeskog overturned or waved off goal, I should say?
Yeah.
What did you see on the play and what was your take to challenge that?
Yep. I knew it was going to be a 50-50, and I challenged it anyway because we stop outside the crease. We're not making any contact, and there was some body contact on our guy, and I felt like the last little push is what kind of turns us and puts a stick in there. I think if they call it a goal on the ice, if they challenge it, stay in a goal. And I had the feeling that if they called it no goal, that it might stay no goal, but our penalty kill's been doing a great job. I thought it was worth the risk because I still feel like he's doing everything in his power to avoid the goalie and gets bumped in, but it's, they want you to have like a significant amount of proof to overturn something. So, but with the penalty kill playing the way it is and just the time and score of the game, I thought it was probably worth the risk. There's lots of game left to try and recover if they tie it, and if it's able to stand, then we'll take that.
Megan.
Where are you at with Sakar Bardakov and earning trust at the 4C position?
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming for me. Like, he had another good night tonight, and it's another one of those games where, like, if we can keep a couple goal lead or more, then he probably plays more. And there's also other factors too, right? Like they're coming up on the change, and next thing you know, we take a penalty, and it happens a couple times, and they lose some minutes. But I like the way he's playing. He's growing on me, and it's partly because like I think his details that like you're starting to settle in and get better, like with the details of the game, less running around defensively. So he works so hard and checks so hard and wants to help so much that like sometimes he gets like overworks. So we're just trying to settle him in on that a little bit, but he's making some good things happen. Like I thought they had a great game in Edmonton, Vancouver again, at home again, and tonight they were really good. Taylor had a good night too. You know, like that was a good second game for him, better than his first, and his first was good. So yeah, I like what those young guys are doing.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Coach.